Alright, so this is another episode of Different Lives, and you wouldn't know where I am right now. And I didn't know either until my features brought me here. It's a beautiful place. Let me just show you how magnificent the view is here. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo! Is that beautiful or what? You can see them. Okay, this is Mia von Loga, this is Different Lives. You are here to witness another uplifting, inspiring, and true, real story. Story of two people who found each other, who have each of them been different in their life. Let's see them tell the story and also how they put the magic in the world. And what we share is one super, super big passion. And I just do this for you. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Okay, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on the future stories, and please do me a favor, stay till the end because I have something to give away and I really want you to participate because we want to make a difference in the world, be the difference in the world. I introduce you now to Lynn and Daniel, these wonderful two people. Oh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome, Lynn, and welcome, Daniel, to Different Lives. And thank you for participating and sharing your stories.
Yes.
To inspire you out there and to make you ready for making a difference in this world, because that's what these guys do. And we share one goal, definitely do. We want to support some wonderful creatures. That is how our hearts are completely connected. Yet I'm not going to take away who that's going to be. Who could that be? Oh, well, if you know me, you know. But if you don't know me, well, you have to wait for it. How are you guys? How are you doing now?
Muy bien.
¿Sí?
Muchas gracias, Mia.
No. ¿A ti? ¿Y a ti? ¿Cómo estás?
Bendecidos, agradecidos,
Sí.
y bien vivos,
Sí.
bien vivos.
What
Very
do-
alive,
Sí.
very
What is
alive, very grateful, very blessed.
I don't need to translate. How
Very
good.
blessed to be here.
Yes.
And very honored also
Yes.
to sit in this space with that beautiful human being we have, you here, that you are.
Thank you.
Honored to be in this sacred spot that we have been working for years.
Oh, it's just lovely to have you in the middle and to feel your heart and to share this beautiful, one of the most amazing places on the planet, I think, with you, and just our connection on so many levels and with the whales, and it's just an honor.
Thank you. There it popped out, if you noticed. So you guys remember what this is about?
Different.
Different. There it is.
Different, yes, one of a kind.
So it is. So before you tell me a little bit more about your sacred spot here and what you've been working on, I would really like to hear why that resonated with you, like being different. What role does that play, or has that played in your life? And I'm sorry that my Spanish is not ready to ask you that stuff. I have though a good excuse, you know. They don't understand Spanish properly.
Yeah. Yes, we understand the heart,
Yes.
and that's what's important.
So it is.
In our heart, we understand each other.
Thank you. So each of you had an individual path up to here and still has, obviously. I know you're doing things together though. I'm seriously super curious because I don't know that part. Why have you felt different in your life? I mean, can you actually point it out when that started and how that came across? And
Well, I don't know if I ever really knew it was different or if I felt separate. I was just being me. And I don't know if that was different or not. I just figured everybody was their own unique self. So I never really thought of myself as different than other because I was just following what was my calling. And I realized that I always had friends that were like 10 years older than me, and I was always creating things that were before their time and then would take like 10, 15 years later for that. I mean, I noticed that over time. But I don't know, the different is more just being me. I think it's been a challenging journey to really know me, to really get me, because there's so much pressure to be like something, and whatever that something is that our family wants for us, or our community wants for us, or the nation wants for us, whatever that is. I know as a singer, I could emulate every singer. And so when I would take voice lessons, I could do all the exercises they said. I could emulate anyone. And so it took me quite a journey to find my own true voice as a singer. And that is something I knew was, you know, it was really about finding my vibration, finding my voice, finding who I am. And that's not such an easy path. I believe it takes time alone. I believe it takes time away from authority or those who you may feel have authority over you, to really step into your own power and follow your own heart. I feel that it takes courage to do that, and it takes being quiet. So it takes getting still enough and quiet within yourself, in your own skin, to understand what is really you and what is really something else.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. I so totally agree. You will see this now, but you know what? This is just reality. It's a reality show anyway, so we're real.
That's it.
So, how's it about you? How did you notice somehow maybe you didn't know like the word different? Because I can totally relate what you said. It was like I felt who I was, but that didn't mean I felt different. I then noticed, okay, the others are different. That's more like how I discovered that I was different. How was that with you? Is that a bit diferente?
Yeah, I think that I never understood why schools did not help you find your true spiritual potential, the true spiritual self, or simply do not provide you with the tools that we need to understand who we are as human beings. And that was my journey of searching. However, all my life I was spent in psychologist and pediatric assistance, thinking that I was out of my head or I was extremely hyperactive all my life.
Oh,
I was a conflict child.
Oh, okay.
Because I couldn't match what I was receiving in school, learning in school. I always wanted to be making drawings, doing figures, modeling figures, in creative mode. My mind always was, I felt that there was always something so strong behind my humanness that was pushing me to be doing something, creative-wise, artistically wise. Creativity, yeah. So my mother, my father didn't know what to do with me because the school called them all the time. He got in trouble again. He's not paying attention, and he's just making his drawings, making cartoons, his own comics, and all of this is simply not. It was not helping the dynamic of the class. However, whatever.
Oh, you phrased that very nicely. It's not helping the dynamic of the class.
It's not helping the dynamic of the class.
I got told, you know, it's disrupting. It's not helping the dynamic of the class. Oh, do we like that? Yes, we do.
Yeah, do not help the system that I thought that I was belonging, until I realized that I was belonging to my own feelings. I was belonging to my own soul, to a higher call that always pushed me to move into creative mode and be in a proactive mode to bring something in life. And I think that's essentially what my journey in feel different. Then I realized that I was not just different, but I realized that I have something to share with the world, with the people, so people can find what is the true potential, creative potential, the true essential self. Who are we? Not in a race, in an ethnic way, but who we are as human beings. What do we came here for? What are we doing in this world? what is our gift, our light to share, so the world can be a better place, so we can spread more light, more understanding, soul understanding, and that way we can find who we are genuinely, our true selves, our real selves, and not labels that society has established in order to accomplish the purpose of the system or the needs of a system that we have found that is not just helping us, but is confusing us and do not work to help the people, but instead just probably delay something that is taking place right now.
Did you guys, like, what age did you tune into, like, nah, I'm doing my thing now. I'm just like, now I've understood, I just have to go there. Even though you felt it before, when did you just, like, bam, nail it?
My 20s. I had a very controlling father. Mm-hmm. He was very protective, let's say, very protective.
We're practicing the
I'm being kind,
yeah.
right? Okay. So I really went to graduate school. I went from high school to undergrad to graduate school, and it was in graduate school that I had far enough distance away that I could individuate, because I just could not individuate with my parents. They were too over-involved. And so that journey for graduate school for me, I took something that was kind of safe in school that they could understand, but I was always pursuing music, because music to me was my heart and soul. So I did all my electives in music, but I did a straight core other program. And then what happened to me was I was still following my music thread, and then I was getting asked to do concerts. I was in a songwriting contest, and just all of these things kind of followed through that, because I always did music. I always did two things. I always did kind of the straight road of what was acceptable, and then I was a musician. And I kind of paralleled those two lives. And then in my 20s, when I wanted to become, to do music full time, my parents didn't, they weren't happy with that. And that was my inner voice that let me know for the first time, because I had an opportunity to take a straight job, which I did. And then once I took that straight job, my inner voice of my musician was calling out so loudly that I found a safe way to do them both together that felt safe to me, in a way that was acceptable enough with them. And I just kind of pursued the two things for a while.
How did you do that?
How what?
How did you, like, get them together?
Well, I had a part-time job that paid for what I needed for myself, and then it supported my full-time music career.
You were very good.
Woohoo!
Good idea.
Yeah. And then the other thing was I didn't get the emotional support from my family to pursue my dream, which was to do music, and I did it anyway. And I had enough people that believed in me, that helped support me. It was way before all the GoFundMe stuff. I mean, way before. And I had people to support me and believe in me, and so that's what allowed me to continue to, I mean, people were like giving me money so I could follow my dream because they believed in me. And it took me a while before I could believe in myself. It took them to believe in me before I could really, truly believe in myself. That's a huge piece.
It is, absolutely. It is.
Because there's always this part that you doubt, you know. At least I did. And so when I saw that kind of, you know, people kind of pushing me, encouraging me, and I got a consistency with it, then
you were encouraged.
I was encouraged. So I did it.
Well, thank you to them.
Thank you to all of those who saw the possibility of me, of more of my potential, and encouraged me to follow that path. I am forever grateful. Thank you.
You guys out there, just realize that there are always people who will see truly who you are. And if they do that, they will support you. So if you feel like, oh, I'm just by myself, no, you're not. There's one thing that is your responsibility, and that is to show yourself. Because if you hide, it's very hard to see you. But if you show yourselves, then people will find you and they will support you. I promise, big time, universe promise. Really do. No, so you were talking about that you personally think creativity is the channel?
Creativity is our most innest nature, being creative.
Now,
Some people want to
Yeah.
sing, other people want to dance,
Yeah.
other people want to do drawings, other people want to play instruments. And there's many other creative ways to find how to live in the present moment. Because in my own personal journey, art, and I realized that since I was a little one, I could never stay still. I always needed to be doing something, and I realized that I was living in the present moment. And somehow the institutions were trying to make me become something that I was not. Were trying to take something that I have born, that I did born with, in order to find the purpose of how to be here and now. In native Nahuatl language, we say Nikan Ashkan, here and now is the way to be. And once we found the here and now, then we can live in a spontaneity instead of as a program or something that has been programmed to work in a specific ways and just maybe not helping us to simply be in the present moment and live life moment by moment and being present everywhere we are, with whomever we are. Here and now is everything, I believe. I feel that.
Yeah, I truly agree. And that being creative really draws you in so much that you don't have a choice. You are just in it, so you can't be all over the place. Yeah, now I have a question for you, Daniel.
Yes, ma'am.
So there are probably some people out there who say, well, I'm not creative. So that one doesn't go for me. What would you tell them?
Well, I will probably say there is a really precious, nature is a precious teacher. Nature teaches silence, but silence can become music. It's an inner melody that we found through meditation, to learning the nature of our mind and understanding the nature of our heart and our soul. So if somebody does not feel creative, maybe it's because life is asking them to simply be here, find the present moment, and realize that life is a symphony. The trees are always here and now, present. Sometimes we project ourselves to future or past instead to realize that when we are here and now, we build up energetically, consciously, and then we have the energy to accomplish what we wish to see tomorrow. And I believe meditation is a huge tool to help us find our true self, but not just that, to unfold our true potential.
I mean, you two are doing really great things, and you're doing them together. So I'm curious, when did that shift? When did you meet? What happened? Where were you?
It was a long. That's a long kind of answer for
I
me.
think we met in another life.
Yeah, we definitely met in another life. But I can say for me, I felt like I was ready for a change in my life for about 5 years. I wanted to relocate. I didn't know where. I had, a thriving business practice. I had friends. I had community. I loved where I lived. It was too cold, but I knew there was a part of my soul that needed to be completed, and I knew so deeply that I was supposed to share my life with someone. Relationships for me, I had relationships and everybody said, oh, you'll know when it's the one. Well, I never did, so I figured they weren't the one. So I went to Mexico for my very first time for a teacher's retreat for acutonics, one of the sound healing modalities that I use. And my heart cracked wide open in Mexico. As soon as I got there, I just started bawling. It was so profound for me. It was like maybe it was returning to something. I don't even quite understand it. I just know that it happened. And then I was drawn to come back again and do a reclaiming for my music. I had to wait for the divine timing of the universe to meet Danielle. And actually, what happened was that alignment was so powerful and so strong that the universe just introduced me to somebody. They said, "Oh, you're doing ceremony for the ocean. Oh, and you have your gong, and you're doing this water ceremony work. I know somebody that's down by the river that's doing something similar. I'm going to take you there." So I actually was taken to my beloved.
So we need mediums sometimes. But no, how wonderful.
So I had an angel that stepped in and just took me to Danielle. Now, I didn't really know that Danielle and I were supposed to be together, but that we'll follow that thread in a moment, because he says we knew one another before. And that's what, over time, I mean, he was younger. I thought he was a monk. He was doing spiritual teaching, and what I understood with Daniel when I met him, because he spoke such beautiful, eloquent Spanish, and I've had a little bit of Spanish 2 years in high school, but when I would hear him speak, his soul spoke to my soul, and I understood everything, and it did not matter about the language. It was soul to soul speaking.
That is beautiful.
And that is how we kind of met. And I'd say in about a month's time, we just shared in our spirituality. We were sharing our spirituality because that's where we really met. I mean, we were just connected through our spirituality. And then as time evolved, he claimed me.
How did you do that? How did you claim her?
How did I claim her? Well, let's say that for people that have a positive relationship with themselves, they found that God is a huge word. God is love, and love is God. And I say, I found God first, and I knew what love is. And it's truly, love comes from the soul. It's not something physical. So when I met her, I knew we had worked before in another life, spiritually, because that's why we are here. So I just knew, and I told her, you know what, love you. You know that, don't you?
It was so sweet. I love you.
And we know each other from another life. This goes beyond my rational thinking. You just know it. You just know it in your soul, in your heart. And that's the call. The most important call is what you feel. Learn to be loyal to the inner voice, because the inner voice will take you always to the right place with the right people in the right time. The inner voice. Then we knew we were meant to find each other to continue the thread that we start in another life, and to continue it in this world. And that thread is to bring us all together in the sacred understanding that we exist as spiritual beings in a physical school that now is asking us to move on.
Well, yeah, I think you has done very well claiming you. I would have been, felt like, okay, yeah.
Well, I'd like to say something to that.
Please.
Because I wanted to be claimed. I have heard everything.
I hope so.
I have heard every line, everything. And so I really put out to the universe, okay, I've broken the pattern of attracting addiction. So don't bring me any more addicted people, please, because that is not what I'm wanting in my life. I don't have time for that in my life. And so, and I don't mean to say anything negative about that. It just wasn't my path of how I wanted to spend my energy. And so I said to God, to Spirit, okay, I'm fine by myself. I know my life is supposed to be shared. So if I want exquisite, and so if you're not going to bring me exquisite, I don't want anything at all. And I got exquisite. I got exquisite. So let me tell you something else, because in North America, we are so trained for our minds. Everything, we are so programmed in our heads. And there's, so we're skilled in that. We're good, we're efficient at that. And being in the heart, what I can say about my beloved is he comes from a culture in Mexico where they don't know about that. They are so functioning on a heart level. And so when he claimed me, when he claimed me and said, I loved you from the first moment I saw you, and I love you. And I go, well, what do you mean you love me? So I'm grilling him because I've learned, you know, you got to figure out, is this just another line or what? So I grilled him. Is that romantic love, divine love? What do you mean by that? I did make it easy for him. And so he says, well, you know, we've met one another before. And I said, yes, and why did you leave me?
Oh, nice.
And he says, I don't know why, I just know that I found you again in this lifetime, I'm not going to let you go. Okay, so there it is, everyone. There is the truth. When the truth is spoken, you can get out of your head, because that's what I had to do. I was in my head analyzing everything because I knew how to do that really well. And in that moment, my heart cracked wide open and I let him in, because I knew he was speaking the truth. And it resonated with me. And I opened to love at that moment. And sometimes it's not easy. When we've been hurt, when we've had, our hearts are closed off. And what if we've never even experienced what love really is? How do we even know what that feels like? So we have to open somehow. And so opening to truth, whatever that is for each one of us, I want us all to allow ourselves to open to what is truthful for each of us individually, whatever that is.
Yeah. Yeah, that is truly wonderful, and I'm very convinced you will feel it too. When you're ready to open up, and if it's just a tiny bit, it will let you know. And when I'm with these guys, I've never had so many shivers in my life. You cannot imagine. But this seems to be a signal of, woo, there's the truth. Woo, there is again.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes,
So,
your soul knows.
And they do know. And you will feel it. You will feel it. It will send you something.
Because feelings is frequency.
Oh, yeah.
And the universe do not care what we think or what our wishes are. It only responds back to how we feel. How we feel is the most important thing that we humans can achieve. And create ownership of our own emotions is a fundamental for us to find our way, the good way in life. And I'm saying ownership because nobody has the right to control you or to tell us how to feel, how to think, and where to go, except how we feel that should be done. Our feelings is a law, and we should listen to that law, because at the end, that law can determine if we are here or we are somewhere else.
Feelings, openness, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Now, my beautiful friends, I would like you to share with these beautiful people out there how you are making a difference in the world and why it is so important for you to do it exactly in that way. Could we do that? Could you tell us a little bit? You mentioned a little bit about it, and I mean, we know. Oh, wow, stop talking. Let's just let them answer.
How do we feel that we are making a difference?
The inner work, the inner journey is the biggest work we can do. That and raising children are the biggest work we can do on the planet. If we're doing it consciously, that is our gift. To be authentic as to who we are and then share it. And to
use that, right?
Yes, and just it does. And the thing is we have everything that we need within us already.
Now they're doing crazy things there. So Lynn and Daniel are going to tell us a little bit more about what they do, so that you guys get an idea. And I actually really don't have anything to do in that picture, so just pay your attention to these beautiful people. And if you feel like you want to switch off, don't, because it's worth it to watch it to the end. And I mean that. And if you feel like we're freaky, that's okay. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. But if you don't watch it and if you don't tune into it, You will never find out.
Aho.
All right. Then please tell us a little bit more about how you are making the difference in the world. What is your choices, your methods, your ideas? Yeah. Please.
Oh, I think that it's just simply have follow the inner call. Being loyal to the inner call has taken us to the right place, the right town, met the right people, under the right circumstances that have added to our own evolution, if we want to see it that way. And once you have found that gift that we all have, then you just have to be it.
We came together, we were called together to do ceremony in whatever that form that is, to give back to the earth. And so that's what brought us together. And we have been doing that here on a lot of different levels. We do it individually ourselves, and we do it with groups. We're giving back to the earth in various ways. We do it with rocks, we do it with sound, we do it with prayers.
Songs.
We have our a medicine wheel, traditional medicine wheel ceremonies. We have anipi sweat lodges, and we do it in a way that is our gift. We're giving that back, and that is something that's very important. That there's that is what everyone can have access to without a fee, because that is what is the difference between something that is sacred. The other things that we our teachings, we decided that we're both teachers, and we have different offerings. We teach in different ways. I have my background in music and sound, and Western medicine, and I love to teach what I do. I love to inspire others to find their own unique gifts and to cultivate them. I'm a great cheerleader. I'm a cosmic cheerleader, asking everyone to step up, because there's no time to waste on this planet now, for why we're all here, why we all came here at this time, because all of our gifts are needed now. We are Tierra Canta Earth and Sound Healing Sanctuary here in Baja California Sur. We offer a wide variety of earth teachings and spirituality and sound for raising consciousness. All of it for raising consciousness. And we do it in our own unique ways. Sometimes we teach together, we teach individually, and we love for people to come who are on a spiritual journey themselves and needing maybe some inner guidance or mentoring, wanting to heal an old wound, and not quite knowing how to get there. Maybe you've done a lot of work on it and just want that last piece to be free. And so we have we offer 9-10-day sound intensives. We offer weekend retreats. We offer individualized or group mentorship. We take a spirit adventure journey every year, where we take a group with us to a certain beautiful place on the planet and give offerings wherever we're going, to step into our own indigenous path, to reawaken our indigenous cellular memory. So we have those gifts to offer as who we really uniquely are, and we are here to understand who we really, really are at this time, and may we all be given the truth of who we really are. And that will set us free.
Truth shall make us free. I have found the gift to have met many indigenous spiritual leaders and elders, and I say leader in a spiritual way. and people that are into traditional healing systems that have shared their gifts. And now I find myself doing it right now, share all these different modalities, healing systems from different cultures, Toltec, Mayan Olmec, indigenous Native American people as well, LaCota people. So we have learned some traditional systems that now are needed because those systems are meant to awaken who we are, awake our soul purpose in this earth, and then help us realize that we are here to help the earth, to assist the earth in her evolutionary process, in her birth. As a Mexican Nahuatl prophecy of Tonantzin, Mother Earth says, and the earth will gonna open her womb and her belly like a shipactli, which is an alligator, to bring all of the children of the corn and the humble ones to her inner being. And when the sixth sun shines his light, then she will birth a new humankind. And there is many prophecies that point to the times where and asking us to come together, to work together, to find our gift, to offer our gifts, to share our gifts. And that's essentially what we stand for, helping us, human family. We are a human tribe, and we have to help us all work it out and move on, just move on forwards. Yeah, so you are invited to come and be part of my natural history teachings that I have in different places here in Baja, where I share with people a little bit about anthropology, cultural anthropology, ancient cultures, Mesoamerican cultures, belief, myth, shamanic healing systems, and also fossil records from Baja and world records. I also share an ancient system called Tinkinanta, that essentially can be translated as the great law of unification, that has been kept by certain Mesoamerican cultures and traditions. And that's meant to also awaken our essential self, a potential meditation, help us understand who we are, essentially the nature of our mind, the nature of our body, of our heart, and along other activities that we offer at Tierra Canta, Earth and Sound Healing Sanctuary. And you might come, join us, learn a little more, participate that. And if you are in the same sympathetic resonance or stepping in the same path of self-discovery and self-empowerment, then we are here to assist you in that process. And also to invite you to our beautiful journeys that we do in this ancient ancestral land of Baja California South, where we work with the Whale Nation, and we join people, we bring people together in a most beautiful, adventurous, discovery way to learn about the archaeology records of Baja California, ancient paintings of the people that were here, stories that we have been learned from giants that were living in this earth before we came here, and much more stories that we have learned from indigenous peoples in the mountain, ranchero people, traditional people that have shared their gifts with us, that we have holding, that we have been gifted to be holding in here, and we share it with those that are also in the same sympathetic resonance of soul. So you're welcome to join us if you are on the road.
We're diving into the real people, we're diving into the real culture, the things that we have cultivated over the years are gifts through the connections of the people that we've made, who we help and they help us, and it's all relationship. And so we have a unique way of how we navigate through the relationships that we make, and we love to share that because that is the real heart of everything. And when we go to the when we go to give offerings to the wells, it is one of the most amazing, heart-opening, joyous. I have no words for it, because when we're in sympathetic resonance with whoever we are with, then that's when the magic happens. It's whether it's human interaction, human, animal, multidimensional, whatever that is, that is when the magic happens, that sympathetic resonance, which is truly love. So when we're in a loving vibration around these magnificent beings who are holding the love grid, they want to share with us. They want to connect with us. They have so much to teach us. They have so much because they are holding all of that information, and they want us to get it. They want us to get it because they're really asking for us at this time to hold the love grid.
So these guys, they see themselves as bridges. And if you know me, you know it's all about building bridges and that we can learn from each other. But they have truly, through, cultural differences, gender, mindset, so many things. Maybe
age.
Maybe you talk yourself. They truly bring this journey onto a different level. Yet they have the junction of spirituality, and they are working with the whales. And you don't know what's underneath here, and I'm not going to show you, but I tell you, I wish I would be there this time, and I'm so looking forward to be with you on this journey one day.
Yes.
They have told me things you can't imagine. There's super magic going on, and I've been here on the Baja. 2019 is right now, and the gray whales came to the shore. I was singing to them, and they were coming to me. I was asking them to look at me, and they did. But they have other things to share with you, and that's already a lot, right? What I find is like amazing. I can feel that resonance with them on the beach. Now they are doing offerings for the whales. Now tell a little bit about it again, please, for me. Please.
The whales have been on the earth for thousands of years, and they have chosen Baja California South as the #1 place to birth. The gray whales, we have humpbacks as well. But this is a very special place because we have found that whales have walked with humans. Whales have had a special spiritual relationship with the ancient ancestors that walked on this earth thousands of years ago. We have found so much beautiful archaeological records that show that whales are more than just whales. They're teachers, ancestors, great masters of alchemy and transformation that are here to help us transform the world from a paradigm of fear and doubt to a paradigm of love, prosperity, and abundance. They are a huge element for Earth's prosperity and evolution. And we are being called and we are being shown the pathway of how to bring us there and how to work with them in a human way, because they are human beings. The way the four-leggeds are humans, the trees are one-legged and we are two-legged. We are all human beings. We are all different species meant to work in behalf of our Mother Earth. So you are invited, if you are in the same sympathetic resonance in your soul, to be called to work for the earth, to help us humankind, and help the whale nation accomplish their mission on this earth. You are more than welcome to come and join us in this sacred adventure journey that is truly once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Truly is. And what Lynn says, and Daniel obviously too, is that the whales hold the love grid up for us. And I can purely say, when I look at them, recently I've spent a lot of time with them, I could just not do anything but acknowledge them as my teachers. Just by their presence. Just by their presence. That's the purest love I've ever felt in my life. Ever. There is no demands. It's absolutely, how do you say that? English? It's unconditional, that love. And it's basically through their presence, they're teaching me love. They're just teaching me love, and I don't need to understand that here. Goes right in. So maybe you can share a little bit about love grid. Can you share that with the people out there, what that means? And what, the roles we have, the whales and us. Please, just a little, a tad. Just what you want. Trudy just wants.
Well, every being has an electromagnetic field. We all have our own electromagnetic field. The Earth has its human resonance. And that is all shifting. Everything is shifting for everyone. We're shifting from the time of being carbon-based to crystalline-based. And so the earth has its own grid. Each being has its own grid. And so everywhere we go on the planet, we're taking our energetic and creating acupuncture on the planet. That's what we are, based upon our essence and who we are. And so the whales holding the love grid in the water, because and their sound frequencies are amazing, because sound travels 4 times faster through water. So just by their being of the loves that they are, and how they pass on the planet, is raising the vibration of the planet. Not only that, their whale plumes are helping to keep the ecological balance of our oxygen and our carbon and our nitrogen in balance on the earth, just from their whale plumes. So that is not really known a lot, but they are here to hold our planet in balance on so many different levels. And so the love grid is, we are all part of that. When we become connected in the heart, and we're present, and we live in the present time, in the present moment, we are love. We are born as love, and so that is really all we really need to know.
Sure.
And to carry that peace, and then to remind each other. We're here. I really believe the whales are here to wake us up. They're beaching themselves. You cannot ignore a whale that beaches itself. They're here to wake us up now, because there's no time to waste. And the essential essence of love is always the answer. Love is here to love wins, love rules, love is all there is. And that is the choice, and it is a choice, and so we cultivate love. So the whales are cultivating love by who they are, how they're connecting on and carrying that energetic throughout the sphere of our beautiful earth, and we are doing that too. We just need to wake up to the fact that that's who we are when we do all of our tune into global meditations and shifting the energetic grid that has been shown scientifically to actually be affected when we're all in that sympathetic resonance today. If we all did that, and we all just at one moment did that, we could shift the planetary consciousness so quickly. It's that we all have to be in alignment with that. It's like, how do we connect with each other to do it? How to synchronize with it? How are we going to do that? And you know what? It may take the fact that if we don't have electricity, that's the only way we do it. We do it through our communication, our communication without technology. That we do it through our own resonance, that we're all just vibrating love.
I want to jump in there, because the vibration thing, Linda's sound healing, I might not, how do you exactly call it again?
Well, I do a variety of different techniques with sound. It's vibrational medicine. I've studied with several different incredible sound teachers. Studied indigenous sound healing, and I incorporate that with acutonics, which is tuning forks, bells, Tibetan bowls, chimes, and planetary gongs, all planetary resonances. They're all frequencies of the planets to keep us in the natural vibration of nature. And that's something I've been doing for 20 years.
I have 2 more questions, one for each of you, because time is running. Daniel, name me 3 people, no hierarchy, just the first 3 people that come to your mind right now who have influenced you in your life, and why.
JC Knight.
Who's this?
Jessie Knight, she works in Yelm, Washington, has a ranch, and she channels She channels cosmic frequency, conscious being, conscious messenger called Ramtha. That's one of them. Another, Paramahansa Yogananda, the cosmic lover, that most people have received their spiritual teachings through books and have found connection with God through understanding love and silence and educating the mind to be quiet. And probably I will say my mother, which is a container of love, and her unconditional loving support towards my own journey and my brothers, all forever moving forwards without a husband, taking out 4 because she adopted my uncle whose parents died as well. So she, by herself, pushed us forwards in finding the best that we can be in this world. So that's the most 3 strongest influence in my life that have helped me become who I am.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing that.
Thank you.
And for you, Lynn, I have another question. What's the one thing you want to tell people out there who are different? The one thing. That's a tough one, because one is always hard.
Viva la différence. You know, be different. Be who you are. Because by being different, you are shining your own unique light in the universe. And it doesn't matter how different it is. It's just that you are lighting up your own love grid by being your own unique self. Because when we're ourselves, we're at peace. When we're ourselves, we're a magnet. You don't have to do anything except be yourself, and what you need will come to you.
Make a difference in the world. The world needs people to make a difference. And if you are different, then you are a jewel in this world that needs to polish its surface in order to shine. Polish like a diamond that we are, like a jewel from the earth that we are. Polish it and polish it. Don't leave it raw. Now polish it, and then you will see that you are translucent and there is light coming through, and you can emanate that light in a world that is needing authenticity, in a world that is needing to find answers into whom we are in an essential level. Our bodies are beautiful in the eyes of that who has created the bodies, but that who is inside is that who we are here for, the soul that we are here for. Therefore, I invite you and all of us to see our body as our temple, the temple where our soul sits, and that temple is beautiful. And I see the beautiful.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
Okay.
still running.
Okay,
It's still
still
running. He's
there?
just telling
Okay.
me that I need to pay attention.
Yes, and just know your body doesn't matter if you're white, you're yellow, you're black, you are red. You are beautiful, no matter what. Before the eyes who has created us, we are all beautiful, no matter what color, ethnicity, religion, tradition, or country. We are all beautiful. And once we shine that light from inside out, then we will be able to reflect that into the world. And the world will be able to get a glimpse of what is it to be yourself, to be real. The world needs us to be authentic with ourselves, with our feelings, loyal to our own feelings. And I think that's a beautiful way to make a difference in the world.
That's how we make a difference.
Yes. And I'm telling you, there are 5 now, and the 5th is for you.
That's right. They're
It's
there.
a symbol for you.
That's for
all
you
of
all.
you. Because
That's for you and all
wonderful.
of us all.
And you don't know what 5th means? Condors. Condors. No. ¿Cómo?
Condors.
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 There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, I'm
condors.
flying home with condor.
Yes,
I
yes,
should not
yes.
make any secret promotion here. Thank you for sharing that. My suggestion, and because I know that we've been waiting for this, I mean I have, is we wrap this up with one of your beautiful prayers. What do you
Okay.
think about that?
Okay.
Let's do the forgiveness song, because the
Okay.
forgiveness song is where all healing takes place. We have to forgive
Yes.
ourselves for everything that we might hold, that might be holding us back from
Beliefs.
true healing, and we have to forgive others, because we are walking the time now of moving beyond our old stories. Whatever hurts, whatever that's holding us back from being our true selves, and our pure potential. So we have so this is an offering that we're giving to ourselves and to all who
native peoples, to all two-legged, to all the humankind, especially all native peoples that have stand, that have died, that have come back to this earth to stand for what is right, to justice and for truth. And this song comes from the beautiful people that we have come to learn with, also the LaCota, Nakota, Dakota, Oglala people, nation, the Shichangu, the Teton, that has stand up for the rights of the earth and have died as well, have given their life, giving the example that we do not sell the land we walk upon. This land is our mother, and our mother has no price, has no fee. We are here to stand up for her because she nourishes us through the water we receive. When we take a shower, and we should be grateful for that water we clean our beautiful bodies with, the water that we drink, the air, the oxygen, that the one-legged and the trees and nature provides with oxygen for us to nourish our blood from the Father, Son, and from the fire that comes from our Father, Son, that nourish our spirit, for us to remember that we belong to the earth. So this is a sacred song for, yes.
This is a sacred song, and the reason why I interrupted you, and I'm sorry.
Yes.
Something just happened here with me.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I just want to say, Abuelita, te quiero. It's my grandmother's birthday tomorrow, and I know she's here right now.
Oh, how beautiful is that?
Amen.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
So,
Thank you.
Oh, what a
So-
gift. That is so beautiful.
See my baby.
She's got a little thing on her face there. There we go.
her channels are really open, so she's gonna get the energy.
She likes it. You're going to sing with us. Yes. She has a lot to say.
Aho!
Aho!
Now we're gonna give an offering of hair. We're gonna keep a little of our hair because every time we evoke these sacred prayers, the guardians of this earth, the guardians of this sacred culture are there to receive the blessed, to receive the voice, to receive the energy, and to receive the prayer. And also for our Mother Earth who has been there standing for us, moving forwards, providing us, nourishing us from all that we need. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, grandfathers. Aho.
Aho.
Aho. Thank you, grandmothers.
Thank you, suerte.
Thank you, Suerte, for joining in.
So much suerte.
That's right.
So
She's such a beautiful singer.
Beautiful suerte.
Ay, 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 ay. Órale, bebé. ¿Sí? Muchas gracias por la entrevista y por todo.
The channels are really activated.
Thank you.
Gracias, hermana.
Gracias, hermana. Maldita querida, gracias por todo.
Gracias por todo.
Oh, look at this incredible day.
Sí.
Los hermanos que nos ven también.
Mucha suerte.
Y a la suerte.
So,
Thank you for...
you think this was freaky? Well, you don't have anything to lose. Just be who you are. Subscribe to this channel to listen and to see and witness more real life stories. Different life stories. Go and love being different. That's the best you can do.
Yes. But remember one thing. There is value in weird and different always. Into much more weird something is, more value it has. Keep that in here.
Yeah. Did they sing?
Amen.
That's it. Aho.
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 So it is.
Yes. That's it.
Thank you.
I'd say that's pretty spectacular.
This was another episode of Different Lives. See that corner? That it says subscribe. Do it. This is Mia von Loga from Different Lives. And you can jump on my back. No, you cannot jump on my back, but you can jump on my back because I will back you up. I wanted to say you can jump on my website and get your gift. I mean, from me to you, all the gifts you have them already. To make them more accessible, this gift can help you to tune in your inner compass. See you soon. Bye bye. Hasta luego.